is good, Jacksonville? Duval! What's good, guys? How's everybody doing here? Rover Sports on a Monday, feeling refreshed after what was a long weekend. I needed about 24 hours to just tons of dopamine going right into the old brain here. And I needed some rest. I slept a lot after this draft. I was up watching the TV, watching that ticker. By the way, like all the picks were like 5 picks ahead of the highlights, whatever. I didn't care. It was just a wonderful, wonderful time, the NFL draft. I'm going to talk about Jacksonville. Jacksonville, David Caldwell, I mean, he balled out. You got the Smoothie King, Benny Barch, one of my favorite players, St. John's, Minnesota, like a Division III kid, Benny Barch. You know, the smoothies to gain the weight. He really impressed at the Senior Bowl. He's a really good pick. K'Lavon Chaisson, one of my favorite draft picks. You guys get him. Then you get Daniel Thomas late in the draft. I mean, this guy is so physical. He'll literally hit you in the stadium. Will be like, whoo. Daniel Thomas is that type of guy. Daniel Thomas, what a pick. Lativa Shenault, this is a high upside guy, ended up getting hurt. He could have been T. Higgins, but he ends up getting hurt. This is a really good value pick for the Jaguars. But then again, this pass rush is filthy. You have Josh Allen, who you selected. In the interior of the defense, you then get like a guy out of Ohio State to rush the passer. Let's review the entire class. Let's look up Jaguars draft class here. I mentioned a lot of the names. And then I'll talk about right now as I'm pulling this up, I'll talk about the dude. You know, I'll talk about Luton. Jacob Luton. So Jake Luton is a guy, played at Oregon State University out there in Corvallis, Oregon. And Jake Luton, this kid's tall. He's like 6'6", he's like 6'6". You know, kid has big hand size, like 10.5-inch hands. Kid's really cerebral. I mean, the Patriots were looking at Luton. So I think that this guy, you know, Jake Luton, I think he could be a pretty good player, in this league. Definitely a good backup to challenge Minshew, but still, Flint's still going to have, he's still the starter. Okay, Gardner Flint Minshew still the starting quarterback in Jacksonville. But let's look at this draft. I mean, you get Davon Hamilton from Ohio State, who's shifty. I mean, you can't go wrong with a defensive tackle out of the Ohio State University. And you get K'Lavon Chaisson. I mean, you still have Ndakwa. You're going to trade him for something real good. I like how the Cons have been, holding on to that. Get Josh Allen, K'Lavon Chaisson, Miles Jack. It's going to be Saxonville and Jacksonville. C.J. Henderson. I love it. You get Tyler Davis from Georgia Tech. Guess who else played at Georgia Tech? Darren Waller. He's a pretty good player, isn't he? Benjamin Barch, one of my favorite players. And then you get Colin Johnson, Lativa Shenault. You're going for big boy wide receivers to pair with this little quarterback in Gardner Minshew. So I really like this a lot. You get C.J. Henderson, Chris Claybrooks, another cornerback. Oh, and Shaquille Quarterman. You get Quarterman from Miami, a guy who's all over the field. Danny Thomas, as I talked about. Josiah Scott. So you're really improving your secondary. You got Scott. You got Henderson. You got Chris Claybooks. Almost sounds like playbooks. And of course, you guys got Henderson, Chaisson, and of course my guy, Benjamin Barch. You got Benjamin Barch as well. Benjamin Barch. Out there making smoothies in Jacksonville. Guys had a lot of corner depth. You shore up the defense. I mean, if Trevor Lawrence comes in next year, holy crap. But even anyway, this is a good drafting class. This is a good class. Again, sink your teeth into. A lot of rumors about Marrone in the offseason. Now Marrone and everybody's just taking a chill pill and drafting solid studs to go to Jacksonville. One of my favorite draft classes, because of Barch. I think he could be a left tackle or a right tackle in this league. He's a gem. He's a sleeper. Daniel Thomas is a big-time sleeper. That's sleeker. He's a sleeper. He's going to bring the what's called the wood. I guess you could say he's going to hit people. He's going to bring that intensity. Chason, favorite player in the draft, best value pick, best pick in the entire draft probably. You know, right up there with Judy and Lamb. He's that good of a pick for you guys. C.J. Henderson, good cornerback, really good cornerback. And I love the class. I love this draft class for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So congratulations, guys. Take care. Have a good one.